Hey, hello everyone. This is your friend Prashant, and welcome to my YouTube channel Immigration Dream. If you are new to this channel and haven't subscribed yet, then I highly recommend that you hit that subscribe button, like and share this video with your friends. As you know already, I make immigration related videos based on data that is available from USCIS, and I also try to predict the green card dates. And then I have been wrong a lot of times, as you know, but here's my take on what happened last week. And we will discuss in this video like what happened last week, why it happened, and then what is the way forward. Okay, so I'm going to be very honest. I will not be predicting any of the green card dates in this video, and I will tell you why I'm not going to do it. So first of all, as you know already by now, last week USCIS announced that they have almost utilized 281,000 visas that were available last year for green cards. So good thing they utilized everything possible. However, they also moved back the India's priority dates for eb2 and eb3 to April 2012. And many people have reached out to me through emails, through chats, through WhatsApp, like, hey, why this has happened? And here's my take. So my take is that just the visa numbers are just not available for this year, which is ends at September 2023. Now, if you look, USCIS has also made a really big announcement, right? That next year, that is FY 2023, they will have approximately 200,000 green cards available for issuing. And that's the great news. That means that they will have 140,000 green cards available to issue for FY 2023, and then spillover of 60,000 green cards from family based to employment based. So anything that is not utilized family based this year, employment base is going to get next year. So if you remember, I have been making videos about the predictions about 50 to 60,000 family based spillover. So our numbers are damn accurate. So again, as I said, there's so many people outside, that are talking like, hey, there will be no spillover, there's zero spillover, there's 5,000 spillovers. Guys, I mean, numbers speak it everything, right? I believe in data and I believe in facts and I don't believe in rumors. So now that USCI has confirmed 60,000 spillover available and 140,000 new visas, the question is why they actually moved back the dates even when they know that all this spillover is available, right? And so let's deep dive into that. So first of all, right, if I'm USCIS, right, I am going to have the spillover of 60,000 visas. And the way the logic works is 140,000 gets, 140,000 plus 60,000. So 200,000 visas will be available next year. Out of that, okay, let's, since eb4 and eb5 is very little, I mean, it is there, but it is not very significant. So for the matter of discussion, let's not worry about eb4 and eb5, but let's worry about eb1, eb2, eb3. So you have 200,000 visas available, and first of all, the first split that will happen is those will get split into eb1, eb2, and eb3. So let's assume that approximately, right, each one gets 60,000. So 60,000 eb1, 60,000 eb2, 60,000 eb3, and then remaining 20,000, let's assume for now that they go to eb4 and eb5 combined. Now 60,000 60,000, 60,000. Now, there's also a rule that EB1, sorry, there's also a rule that each country can only get at the start only 7% of those 60,000 in each category. So let's say I'm from India, I'm going to get like out of 60,000, right? 7%. So that's almost 4,200 visas in EB1, 4,200 visas in EB2, and 4,200 visas in EB3, right? So if I'm USCIS, at the start of the year, I know that India is only get 4,200 EB2, 4,200 EB3, and 4,200 EB1. So now you get the logic, right? So almost like 13,000 green cards allocated to India out of 200,000. Now, if I'm USCIS right now, I do not know how many rest of the world application there will be until I actually start getting, into next year. So remember last year what USCIS did is they waited for like 3 to 4 months before coming to a conclusion that there is no longer enough demand for the rest of the world, and then they invited Indian people to apply and they moved the priority dates forward. And I think the same thing is going to happen this year as well. So I hope this logic makes sense. So Indian people have 4,000, 4,000, 4,000 in EB1, EB2, EB3. USCIS said, hey, EB1 is going to remain current. So they're expecting that there will be less number of applicants than 4,200 for next year. And that is their assumption. They already have more than 4,200 pending I-485s in EB2 and EB3. So that means that if they actually keep that priority date, then they are going to, it is unlawful, right? So they had to make a decision to move that priority date back. And that's what the law says. So that's what they came out saying, hey, this was unlawful, and so we don't, we move the dates back. That way, we are not breaking any laws and no more people can apply. Now, the real fun begins after 1 or 2 months. So as we know that 7% cap is applicable for entire year. However, there is one little clause on when those 7% law is applicable. So, and I have shared the link with all of you in the description about that law. But basically, high level, what basically it says that the 7% law, like 7% per country cap, is applicable. However, it is not applicable for entire year. So every quarter, USCIS will go through the demand. And let's say they figure out that, hey, there is no enough cap available. Sorry, there is no enough applicants from rest of the world to meet this like 200,000 cap. At any point, they can decide that these visas can go to the backlogged country, that is India and China. And then the way the logic works, and I have also shared the link about that logic, is that any spillover from EB1 falls into EB2, any spillover from EB2 falls into EB3, any spills over from EB4 falls into EB1, and then any spillover from EB5 falls into EB1. So basically, EB1 is like a catch-all, and then EB1 goes to EB2 and EB3. And as we know that EB1, right, like EB1 is like going to be current. That's what USCIS thinks, because there are less number of applicants actually than 35,000. So we are expecting that by end of the year, all the spillover, almost all the spillover, like China will get like the difference between 4,100 and 2,700, but like except everything, almost out of 60,000, almost 50,000 visas will fall into EB2 bucket. That means EB2 India at the end of the year, FY 2023, will have 50,000, approximately 50,000 plus 2,700 from their regular 140,000 quota. So 50,000 from the 60,000, and then 7% of 140,000. So almost like 53,000 EB2 green cards will be available. Now, as far as priority dates, so eventually, we'll end up with 53,000 EB2 visas for next year. However, USCIS cannot just say today that, hey, India is going to get 53,000 visas, because that will be the violation of the law. They will need more data. They will need like more, like a demand number from rest of the world to confirm that there is no demand coming for the rest of the world, or there is not enough application for rest of the world to adjudicate. And this probably, I think, is going to happen in next 2 to 3 months. So my gut feeling is that USCIS will most likely not move the priority date forward for next two to 3 months until they have more data available on the rest of the world. I think eventually they will have to, because that 50, because we know that in last year and even before last year, there were not enough EB, rest of the world applications, and everybody else was current except China and India. So I think it's a matter of time when they move the priority dates ahead. Now, one more interesting thing, we actually don't know how many pending applications are there. If somebody has that data available on how many I-485 applications are pending for EB2 and EB3 India, please share with me. I couldn't find it anywhere, but that will actually tell us like how much the priority dates are going to move. So I'm going to assume right now that USCIS will have all the 50,000 pending applications, and then the priority dates at the end of FY 2023 will likely again go to 2024 2014 December, and that is based on what we have right now. But again, it's not all doom and gloom. People have got the green card from 2012, 13, and 14. So congratulations to them. And then this remaining spillover eventually will fall into EB2 bucket, and people are going to get more EB2 green cards this year, and that is a great news for India. So we'll have to still make sure that USCIS actually processes all the 200,000 applications. So that is one great thing for India. Now, based on the pending applications, EB2 India date may move forward or may not move forward, but I don't have that data point, so I cannot predict that right now. But hopefully, I think you got my logic, and I think there's not, I think it's about timing, and it's about when USCIS knows that there is no enough rest of world application. So this is my kind of thought on this. We can predict all we want, but we just don't have enough data points to predict the future right now. But I think it's not just doom and gloom. Situation is not that bad. People from 2013, 14 are going to get these green cards this year, sometime. I don't know when. It's just a matter of patience. As far as 2015 and 2016 and 2017, guys, we don't have, like USCIS does not have those numbers, and only thing that 2015, early 2015 might be tricky, but we can assume that 2015, 2016, 2017 and onwards, we are going to need law change. And one thing that we know is recapture of the green cards. Second thing we know is not counting the dependents. And the third thing that we know is removing the per country caps altogether. So I think recapture and then not counting the dependents is a doable thing. And that's why I advise all the people to start writing basic letters to senators and congressmen that, hey, do not consider dependents in those 140,000, and then pass the bill to recapture almost 300,000 green cards that were not utilized in last 30 years. So again, if you are 2015, 16, 17 and onwards, this is the time that we start doing writing the letters, and let's take destiny in our hand, and then start writing the letters. But it's a matter of patience for 2014, 2013 people whose priority date is moved back. So I hope you like this video. Please subscribe to my channel so that everybody else, your friends, your family can see my videos, because then YouTube recommends it. That's what I learned. So let's do that. It's free to subscribe, so no problems there. And I hope you are enjoying just weekend, and hopefully fall will bring some bright colors in your life, and everything. So thank you very much for watching this video. Cheers.